Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new video of Fox Flicks on Connie X. Today we're checking out the top 10 Digimon crossovers we need to see happen. And Con has a special guest, Ashley of Watch Mojo. Let's hop in.
We have had some very interesting Digimon crossovers over the years. From
Have we?
Hatsune Miku to Medabots and even QQ Speed, a Chinese racing game which has given us the Greymobile. But in many ways, Digimon still stays quite to itself. You don't see Digimon partaking in a lot of properties that you might expect to see Digimon in, or in collaboration with. But that is changing as the years go on, and we are seeing Digimon pop up in a lot more crossovers, merch items, etc. So today I want to talk about some legit crossovers that I need to see within and outside of Digimon media.
Not so fast!
What the f-
Oh, hey. Yes, clap.
You really thought you could do a top 10 about crossovers without crossing over with me? The anime top 10 guy?
Fine, Ashley, from watching my JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. You win today. But imagine if Can't EX was to be in a Watch Mojo video. That crossover would be crazy too. Roll the intro.
Maybe I'll check that video out for Friday. I mean, it depends on really the
What
video
is up,
itself.
holiday companions? My
take a
name is
look
Khan
later.
EX, and welcome back to Khan's 12 Videos of Christmas. And yes, today with my good bud Ashley from Watch Mojo, today we're going to be listing our top 10 crossovers that we just need to see in Digimon.
And we're beginning with, we admit, a bit of a cheat, but it would be so cool to see Digimon crossover with Digimon again, specifically into the Taichiverse, if you will. It'd be a great celebration of the franchise, and something already seen somewhat in V-Tamer and its one-shots. An epic crossover one-off movie where the ties from Adventure, the 2020 reboots, V-Tamer, hell, even the Adventure PSP version, as well as maybe some other Digi-Destined from across the franchise coming together to fight something like Parallelmon, or maybe even all their previous foes combined. It's not like it'd be the craziest concept, as the Digimon multiverse is well established in things like Cross Wars, as well as, yes, Adventure PSP, and even the Digimon story characters consistently appearing in each other's games.
Alright, next up is one that I just think is so long overdue, maybe just because of the fandoms that I know, and that is Mega Man, or maybe more specifically Mega Man Battle Network. For a long while there, from what I can gather from people like my bud Protodubs, Capcom wasn't exactly kind to the Mega Man Battle Network series, but next year they're finally getting a Legacy collection. So I feel like Mega Man, and specifically the BN universe, with its going digital vibes, has a lot in common with Digimon. Also, Bandai Namco and Capcom work together all the time, and Bandai/Bandai Namco have produced a ton of Mega Man toys and merchandise. I mean, even if we can't get a Digimon as a guest in a future Battle Network game, it would be nice just to have a Mega Man Battle Network BE memory, because at least it would kind of be within that Digimon Vital Bracelet adjacent universe, you know?
So what about Yu-Gi-Oh? Both franchises originally got big around the same time, and we certainly anecdotally see a lot of Digimon fans who are also Yu-Gi-Oh fans. And of course, Digimon now has a successful card game, and in a world where card games are doing more crossovers than ever, looking at you, Magic the Gathering, with your Doctor Who, Transformers, Fortnite decks, why couldn't Yu-Gi-Oh and Digimon cross over? Again, the easy get-out is a Yu-Gi-Oh! BE memory, but imagine how huge Konami and Bandai Namco releasing a small crossover set would be. A Blue Eyes White Dragon that is literally a blue and white Digimon card. Or imagine using polymerization to make Omnimon in a Yu-Gi-Oh! deck.
Dramon, rock the Dramon Ball Z! Yeah, DBZ is like the prominent Toei franchise, as Digi-Destined Dresden Nova pointed out. And like, maybe call me a broken record here and get used to it for the rest of the video, but Bandai launches anime-themed Vital Bracelets with My Hero Academia, Demon Slayer, and fucking Tokyo Revengers? But not Goku, not Cell?
You insult me.
There's also kind of the perfect opportunity for a Dragon Ball Digimon crossover right now, with Dragon Ball The Breakers out. And its kind of cool gameplay mechanic revolves around wearing kind of costumes or avatars of existing Dragon Ball characters. So this could definitely extend to outside of the Dragon Ball universe. Having a Digimon Ghost game gacha with like Gamamon powers or an Oolong cosmetic that looks like Gamamon. I mean, if Digimon still had rear eyes, I don't think Beerus would look super weird as a recruitable, given that we already had Medabots showing up there. If Hatsune Miku can befriend an Agumon, then Gokumon should also be able to befriend Gokumon, damn it.
Okay, next is a slightly unconventional one, but that is Digimon Cross Fire Emblem. Suggested by Khan's Digidestined, the Scarlet Ace. The gaps between Digimon and Fire Emblem closed in more with Digimon Survive, and imagine if they pushed that further. A permadeath tactical RPG Digimon game with Fire Emblem guest stars. A Fire Emblem game with a Digidestined showing up as a secret character. Or even something like Tokyo Mirage Sessions. Now, sure, it didn't exactly light the world on fire, but the concept of a very Persona-y game, where a character is powered up by Fire Emblem characters, could transfer into something like Cyber Sleuth, where Digimon are powered up by Fire Emblem characters, or even something like Three Houses, which literally has crests, but with lore and world building in the digital world. Digimon Three Houses Game of the Year.
And next up, we're entering
the King of Iron Fist Tournament.
Because it is long overdue that the connection between Digimon and Tekken was re-established. As a little Khan Jr., probably like 1920, seeing Lily from Tekken was gonna be in a Digimon game was mind-blowing as someone who grew up on Tekken 3, Tekken 4, and Tekken 5. And of course, Digimon. Not that I would ever get to play that game until fan translations came along. Thank you, Bandai Namco, very cool. But I was so excited about this crossover, and I've talked at length about my ideas for a Tekken-style fighting game with Digimon before, card on screen, but even just acknowledging this crossover again would be great. We got a whole redigitized themed set of the card game that even had a bunch of Numemon, and Lily didn't show up, and that sucked. Both of these properties are owned by Bandai Namco. There should be no legal issues. Imagine in the future a world or story game that has more Tekken characters showing up just like Lily showed up in Redigitize, each with their own partners, with Kazuya teamed up with Lucemon, or maybe in Tekken 8 we could get Marcus Damon. No one's gonna pay for that DLC, I hate it here, but still, the promise of Tekken and Digimon unifying again. And listen, if we're really gonna stretch the premise here, maybe I would take a Project Cross Zone 3 on Switch and make it like good this time. Imagine seeing Jin Kazama, Chris Redfield, and Tai Kamiya hanging out in the same video game. It'd be amazing.
Be so awesome. It would be so cool.
And then we're letting it rip with Beyblade. This would be so obvious and so easy. Much like our Yu-Gi-Oh points, Beyblade also got popular around the same time, and the franchises lend themselves so easily to cross over. On the Beyblade side of things, having War Greymon, Omnimon, etc. as Beyblades would be great. Easily made and easy to market. And on the Digimon side, well, yes, our old favorites as Beyblade BE Memory would be great, but having a standard brick-style V-Pet with mixed Digimon and Beyblade creatures would also work. Again, a card game crossover, or god forbid, maybe a new Digimon mobile game will appear outside of China, and it could have a special gacha pull for Dragoon G.
So our third to last one is one that actually got quite a lot of traction in the Digimon community, and I believe even showed up on vote ballots during the last Fighters Pass, and that is Smash Brothers. Supposedly every Smash contender has to originate from video games, which is why no Goku, Superman, etc. And while I think we all know in our heart of hearts that V-Pets are different, there is still a great claim to the idea that technically V-Pets could count as video games. Well, maybe with less game mechanics than the Game & Watch, they are very similar conceptually and functionally. So if Mr. Game & Watch can get in, why couldn't Agumon, Tai, or Betsumon? No, not him. When we inevitably get Super Smash Bros. Super Ultimate, Smash Bros. Gaiden, Smash Bros. Rising Revengeance, could the Digimon...
Okay, hold on. But if they did actually put Digimon in a Super Smash Bros. Game, just imagine it. Like, maybe instead of it being different skins, it's like different one of the Digidestined Digimon. Like, maybe the default is Agumon, and maybe throughout the battle as it goes, like, maybe if you sustain more damage, you can Digivolve into a stronger form, like Agumon the Greymon, into Metal Greymon, and all of that. And if you get the final Smash Ball, you become I guess, War Greymon, since you couldn't really become Omnimon for it. So you become War Greymon and use like some solar slicing sword or something to just deal major damage to everyone on screen. That would be awesome! Whew, I'm sorry, I just fanned out there for a moment. Let's continue on.
Digimon franchise be a contender. Bandai Namco has worked on the past few Smash games. They've had guest characters like Pac-Man and Kazuya, as well as a myriad of trophies and assists. So why not go the extra mile and fold in another one of their pretty big game franchises that kind of technically counts as a video game? But not really. And just as an honorable mention while we're talking about crossover games, yes, Fortnite, Rumbleverse, multiverses, I guess. Would also be super interesting. Imagine getting taken out at the last minute in Fortnite and seeing someone dressed as Izzy holding a gun doing the default dance over your corpse. Actually, maybe I don't want that.
And the penultimate pick, just a stone's throw away from Smash, conceptually, is Pokemon. People want there to be a rivalry so bad here, but genuinely, there really shouldn't be. Bandai Namco made Pokemon games like Pokken and New Pokemon Snap. Bandai Namco and the Pokemon Company have a good relationship. Bandai have even made Pokemon toys. It genuinely would not be that crazy for the two to cross over, and would probably do a lot of healing for people who feel they need to pick one or the other, or fight about them. We don't think this crossover would be something crazy like Agumon officially being in Gen 10 of Pokemon, but a merch crossover? A mobile game crossover? Again, the old favorites of Pokemon getting a BE memory or a limited run in Digimon card game? God, imagine a VMAX Vikemon also. Oh my. Hell, even if just for one time and one time only, Patamon showed up in Pokemon Go. Hey, now that does sound interesting.
Oop, ad. Go and talk to you all for a little moment before we actually get back to the video, but didn't someone once like say they were gonna try to make a Digimon Go? Like it was literally just meant to be a Pokemon Go, but Digimon instead. I could have sworn I read that online somewhere at one point, but I'm not sure. Let me know down in the comments below if you guys remember anything like that. That way I'm not alone in this. But anyway, let's finish off this video.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah, speaking of Pokemon Go, so far we've talked largely about franchise or inter-franchise crossovers, but what about a company crossover? Digimon, or Bandai Namco, and Niantic. Call that Bando Niantic.
Bandamic? Nope. That didn't work.
Pretty much since Pokemon Go came out, I always felt the Ingress/Pokemon Go format would work so well for Digimon. My idea would be to call it something like Digimon Worlds with an S, like Silent Hills, oh god. And instead of catching Pokemon, it would play out very similarly to a Digimon World game. You get the best of all worlds, to paraphrase my idol Hannah Montana. Rather than just tons of wild Digimon, the Pokestop equivalent would be specific Digimon you need to bring home to File City, aka your house. Each of these special Digimon at the Pokestop equivalent would need convincing, some with items, some with battles, some with dialogue choices, and then each would join your side and your city. And there would still be some roaming Digimon, but it wouldn't be as much, and they wouldn't be recruitable, they'd just be for XP and items. Instead of gyms, you'd have bosses. Things like the Dark Masters. Even the Team Rocket system they have in Pokemon Go now could be replaced with like random roaming enemies of the month. Have a month themed after the D-Reaper, a month themed after Lucemon, Cherubimon, whatever it may be. And then instead of Rage, you'd have Infinity Mountain, maybe with a set of bosses like all the Dark Masters, or not even bad guys, maybe it's like all the Frontier Spirits, all the Armor Digimon, and you get the ability when you beat that raid to recruit one or more of them. And as such, the gameplay loop wouldn't require Pokestop travel either, as you could stay at home and care for your partner Digimon, who could just be one starter Digimon like in Digimon World, who then when it dies can split up into multiple eggs, etc. Or maybe it could be the recruitable Digimon that you got from the Digistops. However it manifests, however, they would still have that basic World/VPet requirements of food, training, praising, etc., but a little bit more pared down. Whether or not they poop is up to your personal preference, I guess. And you could even have Digimon like Tanamon who would spawn in your vicinity to get your daily meat. Imagine a very distilled Digimon World experience combined with all of that Pokemon Go, AR, and geolocation stuff. I really think this is an absolutely amazing idea, and one that could be very easily executed executed and work to the existing strengths that Niantic has because of what they have built up with games like Ingress and Pokemon Go. That would just be a killer app, I think, and would tie in super well to the nostalgia market, so it could do pretty well. Anyway, that is our ideas for 10 crossovers we would love to see with Digimon.
Which crossover would you most like to see? Let us know in those comments below.
This was a ton of fun to do, and I loved working with Ash on this one, so please do go follow him on Twitter at AshJBow, or go check out his videos on that really niche indie channel, Watch Mojo?
Yes, please do follow me on Twitter, because I'm so bloody lonely without you.
Ah, yes, sad music. Tiny violin.
And thank you to Khan and the Carniverse watching right now, because I love being on this channel, and I hope to be back again someday. Have a good one.
Huge shout out to my sovereign ZDK4.
Alright folks, and that is where we're going to end off today's video. So, I want you all to remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more. Down in the description will be a link to the original video, so remember to check out the original creator and all they do, and I'll see all you folks next time when we flick on. Peace out.